Hi there, and welcome to our podcast on our Hand Wisdom book channel. I'm Julie Sonak, and this is
I'm Janet Savage.
And if you've tuned in up till now, you've probably heard us talk about some different issues that affect your hand. And today we're going to be talking about sprains. And I don't know if any of you have ever had a sprain. Often they occur when you jam your finger into something. Or you bend your finger back. You might fall or hit your hand on something and bend your finger back, and you'll get a sprain. And usually what will happen is you'll have a swollen finger and it'll be sore and stiff and uncomfortable. But we want to talk a little bit more about what a sprain actually is, and then of course the deeper meaning behind having a sprain. That's really what we want to get into. Of course. So basically, when you sprain a joint, it's an injury to the ligaments of the joint. That's what a sprain actually is. And the ligaments are the tissue that's around the joint that supports the joint, and it gives the joint stability. That's the function of what a ligament is. It prevents the joint from bending too far backwards and straining muscles and tendons, and it protects the joint. So when you think about ligaments, I kind of want you to keep that in the back of your head a little bit.
Great. So where's in the hand, where's the most common sprain? I mean, you can get it in a lot of different places, but the most common is the middle finger. Remember, if you've ever jammed your middle finger or bent it back, and it's the same with the pinky, either hand, but it's the same. So those are the most common fingers, and often it's the middle joint that gets the most affected on both hands. So we're going to talk about the finger. We're going to talk about what the joint of that finger means, and we're really going to focus today on the pinky finger and the left pinky finger.
Right. That's what we're going to talk about. So, and of course, each finger would have a whole different meaning in your life. So that's what's so fascinating about this work. So basically, as I said before, ligaments support our joints and prevent injury, and they prevent them from bending too far in any direction that they shouldn't go in. So if you have an injury to a ligament, some of the questions you want to ask yourself are, where am I bending too far backwards, too far over for people? Where am I not putting up boundaries that I need to put up? Or where am I not feeling supported in my life in this area? And that is specific to the finger. Janet's going to talk a little more about that, but that'll give you some more clues. But some general questions are, where am I not feeling supported, and how can I gain the support that I need in this area of my life? So I'm going to let Janet talk a little bit more about what the pinky finger's about. That might give you some more clues.
Yeah, and it occurred to me as Julie was talking is that it's also, the ligament helps you flex and bend just enough. So if it gets stiff and it gets swollen, maybe another question asked, in what way am I being too stiff, too inflexible? In what way am I not being, going with the flow more in terms of this, to get the clarity? So left, why don't you hold up your left pinky finger? Okay, so, and how many times have you heard, oh, I had a baseball injury, or, one of your kids got ran into when they were playing soccer or something? Very, very common, okay? So the pinky fingers in general are the fingers of communication. It's about communicating, knowing when to shut up, when to speak up, communicating your truth, knowing what you need and what you want. And so the right pinky is more out in the world. The left pinky is more about your relationships. And that means the relationships that are closest to you. Your partner, your kids, your closest family, your inner circle of friends. So think about this. When did the sprain occur? That's a big key factor. And if it's really still giving you pain, think about the pain of not being able to get in touch with what this dis-ease might mean to you. So the pinky finger is about more intimate communication. It's about speaking up for what you want. And also a question of, are you supportable? What does support look like to you? Because so many people say, I'm not getting the support that I need in my life. And I will often say, well, let's ask the question, are you supportable? Are you being very clear about what you need? Are you listening to your gut and your heart in terms of what you really need at this moment in a relational sense? So maybe those communication lines are completely broken down and now they're swollen and now they're painful. And this middle joint is what we call the joint, for all the fingers, the joint of order, of practical order. So, maybe you've been taking care of business and doing and communicating in a way where you're taking care of very practical things, and you're overdoing, and you're not just relaxing in to say, oh God, I hurt now because I haven't just stopped long enough to say, am I getting my needs met? Or am I just giving too much, communicating too much, taking care of other people, putting words in other people's mouths? So this is about communication, and the left pinky is about intimate communication. So speak up and find out really first what it is, what it means to be supported in your life, and then communicate about it. And then listen and communicate about it, and listen and communicate about it. So that's what that finger's about.
No, I think that's a lot of great information. And I think, again, what I want to emphasize is that each finger would have a totally different message about your life.
Right.
So a sprain here is going to have different meaning than a sprain to the middle finger, than a sprain to that finger. But that was a great description of the pinky finger.
And so we forgot to mention, too, for those of you who have the Hand Wisdom, a holistic guide to hand injuries, issues, and your healing, your health, this is the way the book is structured. So if you have the book, then after the podcast, go to the bottom section, find where the sprain is, and that's actually page 92. And then the upper section, as you can see, wait a minute, if I'm pointing here, the pinky finger. Okay, so go there, read all about this, and read all about that, and just see if there's some reflections, some insights that come up, and say, oh yeah, busted. Oh, maybe I should do more of this. So it's really helpful to have the book in front of you if you guys own the book.
Okay. And if you don't own the book, feel free to go to our website at www.handtales.com.
Right on.
Website?
Yep.
Or my site is www.littlecherubpress.com. And you can find the book on either website and order it if you feel so inclined to do that.
Because it's really a fun book to play with, and you've got the diagnosis or you've got the issue, and then you look for the location in the hands, and then you match the two. So we're having a lot of fun with it. We hope you do too.
Yes, and we hope you tune in next time. We're going to start talking a little bit more about carpal tunnel. It's going to be a several-part series because there's a lot to talk about with that. So anybody who has carpal tunnel, if you've had it or you know somebody, tell them to tune in.
Thanks.
We look forward to seeing you.
Okay.
Till next time. Bye-bye.
See you again. Bye-bye. Okay. What do you think of that one?
I thought it was good.